You are definitely not going to run short on tips of what to do to run your coaching business. So I decided to take a little spin on this and give you 10 things that you should stop doing or do not do while growing your coaching business. So stick around. But before we get started, I want to quick invite you to join me in my next round of my live class, How to Find Clients. It's easy to register. All you have to do is go to howtofindclientsclass.com, and remember, it's free. And I also have a free gift for you if you join us live that you definitely don't want to miss. You can find out all the details on howtofindclientsclass.com. So let's dig into the first thing that I don't want you to do while you start and grow your coaching business, and that is set a deadline for your success. And that might seem weird because, well, how do I have a goal then? Do I just see what happens? And my best advice is yes. If you set a deadline for your success, you are putting a mountain of pressure on top of your shoulders that is unnecessary. And let's say you decided, I'm going to give myself until the summer to have a $10,000 month, or book my first client, or launch my course, whatever that is. I'm okay with having goals. But the problem with deadlines is the repercussions of that. The most common repercussion I see is, if I don't get this result, I am quitting. I am not going to do this anymore. And that breaks my heart to see, because it's not fair. What if you gave yourself 3 months to book 3 clients and you said, well, if I don't book 3 clients in 3 months, then this is over? That doesn't sound like a very fun 3 months ahead, in my opinion. And your business should be something that pulls creativity from you, that is just a creative outlet that you love and makes you want to help people, because that's what we're here for. And I find that the people who have dollar signs in their eyes are the ones who set those really harsh deadlines for themselves. And I always think, well, what if 3 months and 2 days pass, and that's when you would have booked your first client, but you shut everything down already? How do you know that that's your timeline? We don't know anything. We don't have control over anything. And we had an interesting conversation in our group coaching call the other day, and it was about, we always say, allow yourself grace in your business, and I believe that. And then a student also pointed out, we also need to have some reality in here, because otherwise we're just floating around in magical fairyland, and we are not setting any expectations. And we're also holding these standards for ourselves that are being way too harsh. And the example that we were chatting about was, we are building a business and we don't really know all the pieces involved, because we weren't born knowing all of this, right? So we're being so hard on ourselves. We're setting all these really hard deadlines that is really hard to keep. Think about the education process involved with building your business and acquiring clients and, writing content and marketing. There's so many pieces that are involved. And I'm guessing that you didn't know everything when you first started your business. And if you did, you wouldn't be setting these deadlines for yourself. Okay, number 2, don't get caught up with the hustle mentality. I think that this is unsustainable for women, especially mothers, because if we treat our business as the hustle and grind that is very glorified online, there are a lot more important things in our life that deserve the energy that they require than our business. So if the hustle is leading your life and you're finding that your life quality is feeling low, then we need to reapproach this whole idea and pivot, because hustle is not sustainable. It might look cute on a coffee cup or a sweatshirt, but it's not going to drive your business in a healthy way, or is a great way to grow your business long term. Hustle sounds very fun and catchy, and we see it all over the place. The reason why I like to drive away from it is because it's giving us a reason to sit in front of our computers longer than we need to, working hours outside of, family time. Once the kids are back in bed, we're rushing back to our office, early mornings, every waking moment, our phone is always on. And we don't want our notifications on our phone on all the time. We have more important things to focus on as we go throughout our day. Our business is not the only thing we are. We are so much more than that. So if we're applying that hustle mentality to our business, and I just picture a bunch of glasses with nothing in it but a couple drops, because you are pulling so much energy and pouring it into your business and nothing else is being taken care of. Whether you have a family or not, you probably have other things in your life, friends and a career, yourself. Don't pour all of your energy into your business. I know it's tempting because we love our business so much and we could just sit and work on it all day long, right? I totally get it. But you have to shut it off. You have to pay attention to the other things. Otherwise, those other things suffer. And we don't want droughts in our family life. We don't want droughts in our personal life, in our self-care, all of those things. Those require you too. And you can't hustle with everything. So why not just release that mentality? It works a lot better. Ooh, number 3, comparing yourself to all the other coaches online. We always do that. We're always looking in the left mirror, the right mirror, the rearview mirror. And we're never really looking at the road ahead of us because, well, we're not satisfied with where we're going or how fast we're going. So we tend to look over here and see what she's doing. And if she has a better vehicle than you, or she's going faster and it seems like she's enjoying herself more than you, we get really caught up and we can veer off the side of the road and crash and burn. And I don't want you to do that. And it's okay if you have, and it's okay if you're doing that right now. It's something I don't think we're going to ever be completely immune to, because that's just a human personality trait that we have. We look over and see what they're doing. We compare ourselves. Are we on that track too? And just from judging by a highlight reel on social media or a story, we think that we know everything for some reason, and we really don't. So why compare your beginning or your middle to someone else when you don't know how long they've been on this journey either, what it has taken for them to get there too? We have zero information, and we make up all these stories in our heads, and we tell ourselves, well, I must be doing something wrong because she's doing this better, or she posted a number. Literally anyone can type any number on social media, and I'm not doing that well. I'm not doing that well. What am I doing wrong? Oh, the story goes on and on, right? So you can either run your business looking left, right, behind, or you can say, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. What matters is that I'm here to help people. I'm going to get educated and equipped to do that, and I'm okay at the pace that I'm going, and nothing else matters. That's the best advice I could give you, no matter what level you are on in your coaching business. Number 4, putting your business before your family. If you find yourself bringing your laptop with you wherever you go in your house, sitting on the couch, you're doing something with your kids and you don't even look up when they're asking you a question, that's a big red flag, and you don't want to miss that stuff. I started a business when I had 1 kid and he was 1 year old. And I now have 3, and they are from the ages right now from 4 to 12. So I can tell you, by working from home for 17 plus years, by running my business and scaling my business, family always comes first. Your family deserves the best part of you. No ifs, ands, or buts. And no one really talks about this. They always talk about their business, and sometimes we don't even know if other coaches have families. And I do. And I want you, if you have a family or you have a future family planned and you're running your business and you're wondering, how do you balance family and business? Easy. Family comes first, no matter what. And that involves you setting your hours for your business. When are you going to be fully focused on working on your business, on working with clients, your students, whatever? Set your hours and stick to them. What works best for your family? I don't know how many times people will email me saying they can't come to a podcast interview because they don't like my hours. And I always say, well, that's what works best for my family. And everyone usually understands. Some people might not, but that's to each their own, right? Honor your family. Everything will always work out. Don't feel like you need to substitute quality family time for work time, because you're going to be really preoccupied, and nothing is more important than that. All right, number 5, save organic marketing for the future. I see this a lot. It's fun to make the freebies. It's fun to design your website, to create your content plan for Instagram. And then when it comes to organic marketing, meaning scheduling posts for Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, Pinterest is the big driver for organic marketing. We tend to put that off for some reason. I find that the coaches that I work with, and if you're listening to me, you are going to nod in agreement, Pinterest marketing is always the last to run, right? We put off the trainings, we put off even thinking about it. And here's my theory. My theory is we always put off the thing that we know is going to push us forward because it's different. We're used to being in the creative process of our business, behind the scenes, getting everything set up. That's so comfortable for us, right? Because we really enjoy that. And we haven't been in the process of having an organic marketing plan on Pinterest, for example, and seeing the work come to fruition and seeing a pin that you put go do really well and drive traffic to your freebie landing page. And all of a sudden, all these email subscribers come flying in because of something that you did on Pinterest. We're just not ready for it. And that's okay. And you think, why wouldn't I be ready for that? We just aren't. Because once people are on our email list, then we go to the space of what do we do with all these people? What do we say? How often should we email them? I don't want to bother them. I don't want to lose them. So we let them be this foreign thing that we're afraid to even communicate with. So we don't even want to get to that point. That is a mindset issue that we have to cover in another video, but it is true, which leads to coaches putting off organic marketing and just sticking to the safe stuff. Like, oh, if I quick mention this on Instagram and it doesn't go well in a day, whatever, I'll just go on with the next thing. Instagram and Facebook, to me, are like when you're checking out at the store and you're seeing like the gum, the candy, all the quick impulse buy stuff. Like that stuff is like a quick hit, a quick sugar fix. But Pinterest is like the healthy thing, the long-term nutrition plan that everyone's avoiding. They know they probably should do it, but they don't. That's what it feels like. That's an analogy that I see very fitting. So if you're putting off organic marketing like Pinterest, why? Why are you doing that? Don't do that anymore. It's a great driver for your business. It's going to be a catalyst for list building growth, and it takes time, which is another reason why I think people don't do it as much, is because no one has any patience anymore. Pinterest is a slow boil, but it's long term. And I think that's way more appropriate for a business than a quick viral reel on Instagram, in my opinion. Okay, number 6, learning from too many people at the same time. I had a session with a student the other day, and she said her business is like Frankenstein. Her arms and legs are from one creator, and her head is from a different creator. She said, it is a disaster because I am listening to way too many people at the same time. And I thought that was hilarious and so fitting because I remember being in those stages too. You want to learn from this person and this person and this person, and you have all the tabs up on your computer, and you're like, today I'm going to learn how to be an expert at Instagram, and on the side, I'm going to learn how to write a viral blog post, plus I'm also going to learn how to SEO my website, and then on top of that, I'm going to create a course. That's where our mind is, and we think we're going to get all that done in one day. And it doesn't work. Something doesn't work well, or you're not feeling like you're moving forward fast enough, so you go learn from somebody else, and you add that tab to your browser too. And then you have a Frankenstein business, and you don't want that. Pick somebody that has values that resemble yours, or that you honor and that you respect, and you would like to have a business like that. Here's the thing. No one has all the answers. Just because someone's tips and tricks and solutions and course and mastermind sounds all juicy and sparkly, it doesn't mean you're going to get the results that that person has. You might have better results. You might have not as well. Your results might not be as good as theirs. And the problem with always following every shiny guru out there is because you want what they have, so you follow what they have, but yet you don't really know what it takes to get there. You don't know their values. You don't know all the bits and pieces involved. You just jump right to, let's get married. So before you start listening to all the voices, honor the space in your head and think, is this the right thing for me? Do I need to have all these people yelling at me, telling me what to do? And my advice to the student that talked to me about this was pick a goal that you want to achieve by the end of the week. So if you want to, get ahead with Instagram for 30 days, that's your end goal, right? So you're going to write that on a piece of paper. Well, what do you need to make that happen? Do you need to take a training from one person? Then you need to take action. Everyone is putting off action because they're afraid of the results. They're afraid of it not working. They're afraid of the rejection involved, or whatever story we make up in our head. So we go learn from someone else and distract ourselves with another course. I want you to stop doing that if that's the game that you're playing. Set a goal. What do you need to achieve that goal? Do it. and then let it ride for a while and get some feedback whether it is appropriate for you or not. Then move forward with the next thing. All right, number 7, change your values. This is so important. Everyone needs to put their values into everything that they say and do online, because now more than ever, people are really watching and they want to make sure that they see what you're all about. I had a podcast interview a few weeks ago and we were talking about that. Why is it so important to have your values front and center in your business and have people feel that as like the aroma of everything that you do? And she said, well, why shouldn't it be? And that got me thinking, exactly. Why aren't we putting our values front and center? Why don't we smell that with everything that we do, right? We should. Somebody should be able to see you on an Instagram post and just kind of get a sense of who you are. And if they come to your website, they should get that full, oh my gosh, I can totally see and feel, all my senses are activated because I know who she is and what she stands for, what she believes, what she values. Don't be afraid to do that. My values, I hope, are portrayed with the words that I speak, the words that I write, and the people I surround myself with. So if you're feeling like you're always putting on a mask of someone else's values because you think that their values work better than yours, take the mask off and really think to yourself, what do I value? What is important to me? And not only that, what kind of people do I want attracted to my business? Because your values are going to bring in people who identify with those. So if you don't have a reason to put them out there, there's one right there for you. Okay, number 8, discount yourself because you're just starting. I don't like discounts. I think they discount your value. And my advice to people who want to discount their services is switch it around. Instead of saying, okay, my coaching package is $1,000, but this week everyone gets 75% off, which you don't want to do, right? Flip it around to say, my coaching package is $1,000 for 1 week, and then next week I'm raising my prices to $2,500. Increase the price. Give the sense of urgency. When you see people constantly discounting their stuff, it makes me feel really icky because I'm like, I don't want them to do that. They're discounting the education, the time, the money they spent on their business, and now they're saying, well, you can get this as a discount. And I have 2 problems with that. Number 1 is, okay, what about the people who have paid in full and they're like, I just paid $1,000 2 days ago and now you're discounting this? That's weird and kind of shady, right? Or if I sign up to work with you at a discount, am I getting discounted mentoring and coaching? I'm not sure. So I'm just going to shy away from it and just pass on. We don't want to put that aura around us, right? We really want to value our coaching. So if you feel the need to play with pricing, why don't you just try that way? And then honor that. If you're saying you're going to increase your pricing, make sure you do that because people definitely watch. Number 9, spend a ton of time creating a product or a program and stay in creative mode for years. Yes, that is possible and is done. People who stay in the mode of creating a course, stop doing that. My advice to course creators is if you're creating a course that you're going to sell for $1,000, for example, make the first couple of modules and be done. Then launch your course and sell it and then get paid to create it. When I launched Standout Coaching Academy in 2018, I had the first couple of modules built and then I launched the program. I sold it to 5 students. And then as we went through the program together, I would work about a week or 2 ahead and create the content that I knew those students needed. That's the best way to cater to the students who are coming into a brand new, fresh course. And then it's also a great way to get to know the progress of your students. And you're going to end up tweaking and revamping the course as you go along anyway. So don't sit and take a year to create your course. It's not necessary. And what happens when you take way too much time to create a course, you are way too close to it and it's way too personal to you. And then once you launch it and you might not get the results, I'm just being real here, you might not get the results that you were hoping for or that the math kind of showed you that you might get. It might not happen for a various amount of reasons. And it's going to hurt really bad because you spent so much time with this thing. So my suggestion to scratch that creative itch is just to create a module or two, launch it, and then create the rest as you work with your students. That's the easiest and honestly the smartest way to do it. Number 10 is not having a content medium, meaning no blog, no podcast, no video, nothing. You have a homepage about no new information, no value. No one can really tell if you're updating your website because you don't put anything on there on a consistent basis. You don't talk about new content on your social media platforms. And people don't see that you are the authority in this because you're not educating them at a level where they are looking for answers. So if you don't have a content medium, I suggest you pick one now because you need that in order to build your list, to build your authority, and to build your SEO on your website. There's so many reasons to have content. Usually the first pick is the blog because it's the easiest, and maybe a podcast is in your line of vision. Video is great too, but you don't need to do them all. You just need to pick one, stay consistent at a level that you can stay consistent to. There's no right or wrong length, there's no right or wrong time or nothing, just be consistent. And pretty soon you'll build a level of authority in your niche. You'll get to know yourself a little bit better, what you prefer communicating with, writing or speaking, and it's just going to give you confidence to become the coach that you know you're meant to be because you're constantly educating on a weekly basis or a daily basis, whatever it is. And it's also going to help your organic marketing because if you are putting out new content every week, you have content to promote on Pinterest because we know that that's important, right? All right, I hope those 10 things were helpful for you because they are very important. And if you identify with maybe one or two or maybe all of them, that's okay. You know that the next minute is a new minute and you can make a change. The important thing to know is if you want change in your business and you want to feel like you're going at a new level, you don't want to look off to the side and backwards anymore, you don't have to. You have the power to do this. This is all in your hands and it's all in here. It's all in your attitude. You got this. If you have any questions or you just want to talk something out, send me a DM on Instagram, Lindsay_Maloney. I would love to hear from you.